For the second time this month, tragedy has struck at a monster truck event, killed in a terrifying and unbelievable accident.
Some trucks were built for highways, others for heavy loads. But these were built to crush both, and then leave the wreckage smoking behind them. They don't care about rules, limits, or gravity. With tires bigger than bathtubs and engines louder than your neighbor's lawnmower at 7 a.m., these beasts don't just drive, they destroy. Join us as we reveal the 8 most jaw-dropping monster trucks ever built. Number 8. Bigfoot. Long before monster trucks had fans or fame, a loud blue giant rolled in and rewrote the rulebook. Bigfoot isn't just a truck, it's the very reason monster trucks exist. It was the first, the blueprint, the spark that created an entire motorsport. And it all started with a quiet off-road enthusiast named Bob Chandler and his slightly overbuilt Ford pickup. In the year 1974, Chandler bought a Ford F-250 to use for trail rides and off-road fun. By the following year, he had already begun modifying it. Bigger tires, reinforced axles, and a lifted suspension. At first, it was just a hobby. But as Chandler pushed the limits of what his truck could handle, people started to take notice. It wasn't long before local crowds gathered just to watch his truck climb over things no ordinary vehicle could touch. By 1979, the transformation was undeniable. Chandler's truck had become a monster, and that's when the name Bigfoot stuck. The turning point came in 1981 when Chandler filmed his truck crushing 2 abandoned cars in a field. The footage, originally shot as a promotional stunt for his business, became an overnight sensation. No one had ever seen anything like it. Soon after, Bigfoot was invited to perform in front of a live audience at the Pontiac Silverdome in Michigan. The crowd went wild. That moment marked the beginning of monster trucks as entertainment. Not just machines, but full-blown arena legends. Under the hood, Bigfoot's earliest versions ran on big block V8 engines and Dana 60 and 70 axles. Over time, the truck evolved massively. Later builds featured blown and injected engines with up to 1,500 horsepower, advanced 4-link suspension systems, nitrogen shocks, and tires towering over 5.5 feet tall. Bigfoot even helped pioneer the use of remote ignition interrupters, a safety feature now standard across the sport. More than 20 different versions of Bigfoot have been built since its debut. Each new generation improved on the last, keeping the truck competitive while never straying from its original spirit. Bigfoot 5, for example, holds the Guinness World Record for the tallest monster truck ever built, standing at an astonishing 15 feet tall and weighing over 38,000 pounds. Its tires alone, borrowed from an old military transport vehicle, measure 10 feet in diameter. Bigfoot's list of firsts is unmatched. It was the first truck to perform a car crush, the first to appear in a stadium show, the first to be featured in television commercials. It even had the first monster truck toy line, paving the way for millions of kids to fall in love with monster trucks before ever stepping foot in an arena. Unlike many of its competitors, Bigfoot has never been part of the Monster Jam series. Bob Chandler and his team have chosen to operate independently, focusing on exhibitions, promotional events, and family-friendly motorsport shows. That independence has only fueled the mystique. Bigfoot became the underdog by choice, a pioneer that stood apart from the crowd it helped create. Over the decades, Bigfoot has been driven by dozens of talented drivers, including Jim Cramer, Andy Brass, and Dan Runte. Runte, in particular, made history in the year 1999 when he piloted Bigfoot over a jet-powered dragster at more than 100 feet of distance, setting a monster truck world record at the time. Bigfoot has also appeared in films, commercials, music videos, and video games. It remains one of the most recognizable monster trucks ever built. And even now, 50 years after that first Ford hit the trails, Bigfoot continues to tour, amaze, and inspire. It didn't just crush cars, it crushed expectations and created an entirely new sport while doing it. Number 7. Gravedigger. While some monster trucks just roar, this one rose from the junkyard with a grudge and became a legend that could float on water. Gravedigger didn't start out in a factory or with corporate funding. It began in a backyard in North Carolina. In the year 1982, Dennis Anderson, then a young farmhand, pieced together an old pickup truck using salvaged parts. He used a rusty 1952 Ford body, slapped on a small block Chevrolet engine, and built it for mud bogging. But it wasn't until a rival mocked his beat-up truck that the name was born. Anderson shot back at his rival, stating that he'll take the old junk and dig his rival's grave with it. That defiant energy stuck, and Gravedigger was born. By 1985, the truck transformed from a mud racer into a full-fledged monster truck. The look changed too. Out went the pickup body, and in came a vintage 1950s Chevrolet panel van shell. Then came the now iconic design: black paint, ghostly green flames licking the front, and a haunted graveyard scene etched on the sides. In a world of loud engines, Gravedigger stood out by looking like a rolling horror movie poster. It wasn't just about looks, though. Gravedigger proved itself in the arena. In 1987, during a show in St. Paul, Minnesota, Anderson shocked fans by beating the already famous Bigfoot. That moment marked the true beginning of Gravedigger's rise to fame. Under the hood, this beast packs serious power. Each Gravedigger truck is fitted with a supercharged Merlin V8 engine, clocking in at 540 cubic inches. That's roughly 1,500 horsepower, enough to launch the truck from 0 to 30 miles per hour in just over 1.5 seconds, even on loose dirt. The chassis is a custom-built steel tube frame, supported by a 4-link suspension system that helps absorb the brutal impacts of jumps and crashes. And like all monster trucks, it rides on massive 66-inch BKT tires, each one taller than an average adult. Gravedigger isn't just one truck anymore. Over the decades, more than 40 different Gravedigger vehicles have been built to keep up with Monster Jam's non-stop schedule. These trucks tour year-round, smashing cars and soaring through stadiums worldwide. Today, the Gravedigger team includes Dennis Anderson's children, Adam, Kristen, and Weston, alongside other skilled drivers like Tyler Menninga, Matt Cody, and Charlie Pauken. The legacy has become a family tradition, but one of the wildest chapters in Gravedigger's story didn't happen inside an arena. On July 4, 1994, Dennis Anderson did something unthinkable. He drove Gravedigger into the Currituck Sound, a large bay in North Carolina. And thanks to those enormous tires, the truck floated. For a brief moment, Gravedigger didn't just dominate dirt, it conquered water. Fans from all over the world visit Digger's Dungeon in Poplar Branch, North Carolina, where the original Gravedigger truck is on display. It's part museum, part headquarters, and a full-on celebration of one of the most recognizable monster trucks in the world. Visitors can tour the shop, see memorabilia, and sometimes even catch a glimpse of the team working on the next truck in the fleet. What makes Gravedigger so unforgettable isn't just its power or style, it's the story. A humble farmhand turned a pile of spare parts into one of motorsport's most iconic machines. And decades later, that name still strikes excitement and a little fear wherever it rolls. Number 6. Sunuva Digger. You don't inherit a legacy like Gravedigger. You earn it, one jump, flip, and fireball at a time. That's exactly what Ryan Anderson set out to do when he introduced the world to Sunuva Digger in the year 2011. As the son of Dennis Anderson, the legendary creator of Gravedigger, Ryan wasn't just stepping into big shoes. He was building an entirely new path, with a truck that looked wild, drove harder, and made a name for itself right from day one. Sunuva Digger made its first appearance at Monster Jam World Finals 12, and the moment it rolled into the arena, fans knew it was something different. Gone was the spooky graveyard style. Instead, this truck looked like a raging beast fresh out of a junkyard brawl. Its body, modeled after a 1950s Willys Jeep, was plastered with custom artwork. a detailed mural showing wrecked monster trucks, engine parts, and scrap metal, symbolizing every competitor Sunuva Digger was built to crush. The aesthetic was brutal, but the performance was something else entirely. This machine is powered by a supercharged V8 engine, delivering approximately 1,500 horsepower. Weighing in at around 12,000 pounds, it rides on 66-inch BKT tires, supported by a state-of-the-art 4-link suspension system and a custom-built tubular steel chassis. That setup doesn't just survive hard landings, it welcomes them. But what really makes Sunuva Digger special is Ryan Anderson himself. His driving style has been described as technically out of control. That means every freestyle run feels like a roller coaster you weren't buckled in for, precision blended with complete chaos. He's known for chaining together impossible saves, mid-air backflips, reverse slap wheelies, and combos that leave fans stunned. At times, it looks like he's on the verge of losing control, until he pulls off the cleanest landing of the night. Anderson didn't waste time making history. In the year 2017, just 6 years after Sunuva Digger debuted, Ryan took home the Monster Jam World Finals Racing Championship, beating his own brother, Adam Anderson, who was behind the wheel of Gravedigger. The victory wasn't just a personal win. It was a declaration that Sunuva Digger was no longer in anyone's shadow. Then, in the very next season, he secured the Freestyle Championship as well, proving that the truck wasn't just fast, it could also fly. That made Sunuva Digger one of the few trucks to win titles in both major categories. And it hasn't stopped there. Ryan continues to innovate with each event, always pushing what the truck, and he, can do. Beyond competition, Sunuva Digger has made its mark on Monster Jam culture. It features in multiple Monster Jam video games, appears in die-cast toy lines, and is a popular pick among young fans who love its rebellious look and fearless attitude. Its signature howl during intros, paired with high-rev engine screams, gives it an aura that feels more like a rock star than a race truck. Behind the scenes, Sunuva Digger is part of Team Gravedigger under Monster Jam's Feld Entertainment, but it maintains its own identity entirely. Ryan often tweaks the truck's setup depending on the event, adjusting suspension stiffness, gearing, and shock pressure to suit different stadium sizes and track types. This hands-on approach is one reason why the truck remains so competitive year after year. Now, more than a decade after its debut, Sunuva Digger is considered one of the most technically advanced and thrilling monster trucks in the world. It's not just the offspring of a legend, it's a full-blown icon in its own right. Number 5. Max D. Some monster trucks are built to race. This one was built to defy gravity, and sometimes even logic. Max D, short for Maximum Destruction, didn't just enter the Monster Jam scene, it exploded onto it. In the early 2000s, Tom Meents, a former mud racer from Paxton, Illinois, was already making waves with his aggressive driving style. After piloting the Goldberg-themed truck to multiple championships, Meents introduced Maximum Destruction in the year 2003, a name he had originally wanted to use earlier, but postponed out of respect for the tragic events of September 11th. From the very beginning, Max D was a spectacle. It showed up looking like it belonged in a sci-fi film. With a futuristic SUV body, jagged silver spikes jutting from its shell, and a snarling robotic face across the front end, it immediately stood apart from anything else on the track. Over time, the truck's design evolved, debuting special versions like the glowing LED outlined 10th Anniversary Edition in 2013, and a fiery collage-style body in 2023 that paid tribute to 2 decades of destruction. But Max D wasn't just about looks. Beneath the armor sits a beast. Each Max D is powered by a 540 cubic inch Merlin V8 engine that pumps out roughly 1,500 horsepower. That allows it to reach speeds of up to 99 miles per hour, one of the fastest ever recorded in the sport. The custom-built chassis is engineered for chaos, featuring reinforced steel tubing, a 4-link suspension system, and massive 66-inch BKT tires ready to absorb the shock of airborne landings. Tom Meents was never a safe driver, and that's what made him a star. Known for going full throttle when others hesitated, Meents consistently pushed the limits of what a monster truck could do. In the year 2005, he famously launched Max D over his own house and then smashed it to bits, all in one show. But perhaps his boldest move was pioneering the monster truck backflip. After an accidental rotation during a European tour planted the idea, Meents successfully landed a backflip during testing at home. Then, in 2009, he tried it on the big stage at the Monster Jam World Finals. The landing wasn't perfect, but it opened the floodgates for a whole new era of acrobatic monster truck stunts. Over the years, Max D racked up a legacy that few could match. Tom Meents alone won 14 Monster Jam World Finals championships, 6 in racing, 6 in freestyle, and 2 more in the two-wheel skills challenge. His dominance wasn't just about winning, it was about making every run unforgettable. And he didn't do it alone. Max D became a full-team operation. Drivers like Neil Elliott, Craig Christensen, and even Meents' own stepsons, Colton and Jared Eichelberger, joined the legacy, continuing the showmanship and fearless driving that had defined Max D from day one. In the year 2024, after more than 2 decades of destruction, Max D made its final appearance at a course stadium in Sydney, Australia. Although Tom Meents had suffered a neck injury earlier that year, the team ensured Max D went out in style, with a finale that honored everything the truck had stood for. Number 4. El Toro Loco. Some trucks growl. This one snorts steam, shakes its horns, and storms into the arena like it's been dared to cause chaos. El Toro Loco, Spanish for the Crazy Bull, is one of the most recognizable trucks in Monster Jam history. It made its debut in the year 2001 in Lafayette, Louisiana, with Lupe Souza behind the wheel. Originally created as a spin-off of the bulldozer truck, it didn't take long for El Toro Loco to find its own identity. With a snarling 3-dimensional bullhead, flaring nostrils, and massive horns, it wasn't just a truck, it was a personality, and fans loved it. By the time it first entered the Monster Jam World Finals in the year 2003, El Toro Loco was already building momentum. That year, it placed second in freestyle with an impressive score of 36. 1 year later, it tied for the freestyle championship with a score of 31, sharing the title with Medusa and Maximum Destruction. For a truck only a few years into its career, it had already made a serious statement. Under the hood, El Toro Loco is pure muscle. Each truck is powered by a 540 cubic inch Merlin big block engine, producing around 1,500 horsepower. It runs on a Koan 2-speed transmission and rides on towering 66-inch BKT tires. Weighing roughly 12,000 pounds, El Toro Loco can hit top speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. But it's not just about speed. This truck is built to leap, crash, and charge with style. What makes El Toro Loco so iconic isn't just its engine or design, it's the show. During events, smoke pours from its nostrils as it rears up and snorts like a wild beast. Kids scream, crowds cheer, and every appearance feels like a stampede is about to break loose. Over the years, the team behind El Toro Loco expanded. Drivers like Mark McDonald, Becky McDonough, Chuck Werner, Armando Castro, Mikey Cahill, Mark List, and Kayla Blood each took the reins, bringing their own energy and flair to the Wild Bull. Each one made their mark, helping the truck build one of the most passionate fan bases in the sport. To keep things fresh, El Toro Loco has worn several color schemes throughout its career. Beyond the classic fiery red, there have been bold black versions, bright yellow editions, and even a special icy blue version for Monster Jam's stadium tours. Each variant kept the Bull's core identity while giving fans something new to cheer for. El Toro Loco's legacy isn't about winning the most trophies, it's about igniting the most excitement. Whether flipping through the air in freestyle or thundering over crushed cars in racing, this truck always gives a performance worth remembering. El Toro Loco is not just a truck, it's a force of nature, with horns, and when you hear that engine growl and see smoke blast from its nose, you know exactly what's coming next, a wild ride no one ever forgets. Number 3. Monster Mutt. If your monster truck howls before it hits the throttle, you're dealing with a whole different kind of beast. Monster Mutt isn't just a truck, it's a barking, bouncing, tail-wagging icon that turned heads from the moment it rolled into Monster Jam in the year 2003. Designed to look like a cartoonish brown Labrador with giant floppy ears, a red wagging tongue, and a tail that actually moves, this truck quickly became a fan favorite, not for being the most terrifying, but for being the most unforgettable. The original body was modeled after a classic Mercury street rod and featured a customized chop-top design that gave it a squat, playful profile. But make no mistake, this puppy had bite. Underneath that goofy grin sits a 540 cubic inch Merlin V8 engine, capable of producing roughly 1,500 horsepower. The truck weighs around 12,000 pounds, stands about 10.5 feet tall, and sits on monster standard 66-inch BKT tires. So yeah, it barks, but it definitely also bites. Monster Mutt made its World Finals debut the very same year it premiered, 2003, and remained a fixture in the event all the way through 2018. That includes some unforgettable performances, especially in the hands of veteran driver Charlie Pauken, who ran the Mutt body on his Gravedigger chassis from 2006 through 2014. In the year 2010, Pauken brought the crowd to their feet by winning the Monster Jam Freestyle World Championship, proving the truck wasn't just a novelty, it could seriously compete. The charm of Monster Mutt didn't stop with one truck. Due to overwhelming fan response, Feld Motorsports introduced a full litter of spin-offs. First came Monster Mutt Dalmatian, a white-spotted version with an equally long tongue and wild personality, which debuted in 2007. Then came Monster Mutt Rottweiler in 2011, with sharper features and a tougher look. Later, Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog brought a grungier, rusted-out design with a collar made of chain. Each version carried its own unique twist, but they all kept the ears, the tongue, and the love from fans. As the years rolled on, Monster Mutt didn't just keep up, it evolved. In the year 2016, it transitioned from the chop-top body to a fully three-dimensional concept body, giving the dog-like features even more depth and movement. The tail wagged harder, the ears flopped wilder, and the tongue practically bounced off the dirt during tricks. It was more than a truck. It was a full-blown cartoon brought to life, barreling over crushed cars at full speed. Behind the wheel, Monster Mutt has been driven by over 40 different drivers throughout its history, including Bobby Z, Dustin Brown, Whit Tarleton, and Bryce Kenny. More recently, Chris Kohler, the son of Avenger driver Jim Kohler, took on the Monster Mutt persona, driving it on the Brutus chassis as part of Team Scream Racing. Whether it was a seasoned vet or a rising star, Monster Mutt always delivered high-energy, fan-first performances. Its theme song? Who Let the Dogs Out by the Baha Men. Fitting, right? Outside the arena, Monster Mutt has been immortalized in toy lines, video games, and endless fan merchandise. Whether it's the Hot Wheels die-cast version, remote control toys, or t-shirts with the famous snarling dog face, Monster Mutt is one of the most merchandised trucks in Monster Jam history. Number 2. Megalodon. When your truck looks like it could eat the competition alive, you don't need an introduction. Megalodon is one of the fiercest and most visually striking monster trucks ever to hit the Monster Jam circuit. Shaped like a giant great white shark, complete with a dorsal fin, gaping mouth, and teeth that could terrify even the toughest rival, this truck doesn't just race, it hunts. Introduced in the year 2017, Megalodon made an immediate splash with fans and quickly carved out its own legendary status. The idea was bold: transform one of history's most terrifying sea predators into a monster truck. Field Motorsports brought that vision to life with a custom three-dimensional body based on the extinct Megalodon shark. The body is made of lightweight fiberglass but styled to look like a 10-ton sea beast, complete with realistic ridges, scales, and foam fins that actually ripple as the truck moves. That shark wiggle is no gimmick. It's designed to enhance airflow and visual motion, giving Megalodon the appearance of swimming across the dirt. But what's under the hood matters just as much. Megalodon is powered by a 540 cubic inch Merlin engine, churning out close to 1,500 horsepower. The truck weighs roughly 12,000 pounds, stretches around 17 feet in length, and towers over 10 feet tall. It rides on the standard 66-inch BKT monster tires and is built on a custom 4-link chassis, complete with nitrogen-charged shocks and reinforced suspension to handle massive jumps and explosive landings. Megalodon made its competition debut on January 7, 2017, in Nashville, Tennessee, as part of the Monster Jam Triple Threat Series. That very year, it went on to win the Triple Threat Series Central Points Championship, making it one of the fastest rising stars in modern Monster Jam history. From the start, it was clear, this truck wasn't just for show, it could compete. Over the years, Megalodon has been piloted by some of Monster Jam's most skilled and daring drivers. Justin Sipes, a motocross athlete turned monster truck driver, was among the first to make Megalodon fly. Corey Rummel, known for his technical skill, took the Shark to new heights with huge airtime and precision wheelies. Other notable drivers include Alex Blackwell, Charlie Pauken, Blake Granger, Ashley Sanford, Michaela Tulachka, and Todd LeDuc, each adding their own flavor to Megalodon's fierce reputation. One of the truck's defining characteristics is its ability to blend agility with power. Despite its bulky oceanic design, Megalodon handles tight corners, slap wheelies, and moonwalks with shocking ease. Fans love its unpredictable runs. One minute it's flipping through the air, the next it's powering into a donut with enough torque to blur its fins. Its popularity goes far beyond the stadiums. Megalodon has become a merchandising juggernaut. It features in multiple Monster Jam video games, appears on countless die-cast models and t-shirts, and is often one of the most requested trucks at pit parties. Its presence on social media and YouTube has also helped it build a huge fan base with younger audiences who are drawn to its fierce but fun image. What makes Megalodon even more iconic is that it balances showmanship with consistent results. It continues to appear in major Monster Jam events across the globe, from stadium tours in the United States to international showcases in places like Europe and Australia. And whether it's tearing through a freestyle run or chasing the clock in a timed race, Megalodon brings the same level of intensity to every performance. Number 1. Avenger. The final truck on our list was built to never back down, even if it means flipping, flying, or diving headfirst into a fountain. Avenger is the brainchild of Jim Kohler, a driver from Columbus, Michigan, who earned the nickname Mr. Excitement for his fearless, go big or go home style. In the year 1997, Kohler introduced Avenger to the world, a monster truck that would become a staple in Monster Jam and a fan favorite for decades. Initially, sporting a Chevrolet S10 body, Avenger later adopted the iconic 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air design, complete with vibrant paint schemes and flaming skull graphics. Under the hood, Avenger is powered by a 575 cubic inch blown Chevrolet big block engine, paired with a Coan Buick Turbo 400 transmission. This setup delivers immense power, enabling the truck to perform jaw-dropping stunts and high-flying jumps. Riding on 66-inch BKT tires, Avenger's custom-built chassis has evolved over the years to enhance durability and performance. Avenger's legacy is highlighted by its consistent presence at every Monster Jam World Finals since the event's inception. Kohler's dedication and showmanship have earned him 2 World Finals Freestyle Championships, the first in 2003 and the second in 2011. These victories solidified Avenger's status as a formidable competitor and a symbol of independent success in the monster truck world. One of Avenger's most endearing traditions is its ever-changing paint schemes, especially for the World Finals. From chrome and candy apple red to scuba blue and junkyard rust, each design reflects Kohler's creativity and commitment to entertaining fans. In 2017, Avenger celebrated its 20th anniversary with a special dark green S10 body, paying homage to its original design. That year, Kohler delivered one of his best performances, reaching the semifinals in racing and securing 3rd place in freestyle. Avenger's influence extends beyond the United States. In 2009, Kohler introduced the Aussie Avenger for the Extreme Monster Trucks Australia Tour, showcasing the truck's global appeal. Notably, after his freestyle runs, Kohler often dives into nearby fountains or pools, further cementing his reputation as Mr. Excitement. Beyond the arena, Avenger has made appearances in various monster truck video games, including Monster Jam, Maximum Destruction, and Monster Truck Destruction, allowing fans to experience the thrill of driving this legendary truck virtually. Avenger's influence extends to the next generation, with Kohler's sons, Chris and Nick, participating in the sport, ensuring that the legacy of Avenger and Team Scream Racing continues. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video.